We have a guest host today, guys. This is Fred, the Frenchie. And his scent of the day is musky, right? Is that a Ventus? Could be. Let's get into it, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another Weekly Whiz video where I go over every single fragrance that I wore for all 7 days last week. So if that is content that you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you get an update whenever I upload something new. Without further ado, let's jump into it, starting with Sunday. Now, I would say a kind of a theme with all these fragrances, maybe with the exception of one. One of these isn't as fresh as the others, but these all have a fresh masculinity to them that I can't get enough of. So these are going to be ideal pretty much year round, in my opinion. Most of these are year round fragrances, but right around this time, springtime, this weather is going to lend itself to most of these fragrances. Sunday was no exception. This was one of the biggest surprises of this year for me, and I actually found it at a TJ Maxx, no less, or a Marshall's. Scent we are talking about is Salvatore Ferragamo's Bright Leather. And I'm not kidding, guys. This one really blew me away. I am in love with this stuff. Really great atomizer. Has this sort of airy, violet leaf, petrol type vibe to it, just slightly. A creaminess, some citrus, some woods and musk. Incredible scent. This is in the vein of something like a Burberry Touch, which is why I think I like this one so much. It reminds me of that scent. It doesn't smell exactly like it, but it does. What this does, that does in terms of just scent profile. So I would wear it in the same situations, pretty much anywhere, anytime, dressed up, casually. This one I was not expecting to like as much as I do, but I do, and it's pretty inexpensive. I found this for a great price. I'm pretty sure you can find it on discounters around the same price, if not slightly more, but I'm going to put it in the description down below with all 7 of these fragrances. Really surprised by this. Great performance for what it is. It's it's a lighter, airier, fresher fragrance, but it lasted just the right amount of time for me. Full work day is pretty much what I'm looking to get out of this. I spray a little bit heavier. It is one of those fragrances that lends itself to that. Spray your clothes, you're going to get better longevity out of it. Really like this one, Salvatore Ferragamo's Bright Leather. On Monday, I reached for a fragrance that I am fairly certain I will never get sick of. It is that good. Scent we are talking about is Missoni Parfum Pour Homme. And I always like pointing out the dent that I put in this sucker because, guys, one of the best pickups I've ever made. I always have to point this out as well, which it's just the little details that I truly appreciate. Magnetic cap, and a good one at that. Really nice atomizer. Man, guys, this stuff, signature-worthy scent, bright, juicy grapefruit up top, citrus, a little bit of ginger. It is in the vein of other blue fragrances. This gets compared to Bleu de Chanel, but I think this does its own thing. It's subtracting the incense note, which I'm not crazy about, if I'm being honest, in the BDC. I'm not crazy about that incense note. Some versions of it, it's less. Some versions, they give you a little more incense. You don't have to worry about that here. It does have the birchwood, but I wouldn't even call it smoky. It's more woody than anything. A little bit metallic, has a creaminess to it. This checks every single box. Compliment getter, smells fantastic, great performer, versatile. Guys, if there's one cheapie in your collection, I would go get this. This is it. This is the one that you're looking for. Stop the search. We found it. Incredible fragrance, Missoni Parfum Pour Homme. Sometimes the term criminally underrated might be a bit overused in this hobby, especially if you guys are watching reviews. I'm sure you have heard the expression criminally underrated, but in this instance, it applies. Scent we are talking about is Givenchy Gentleman EDT. Another fragrance that I can't get enough of. This is one that I'll spray just to smell it, even if I'm not wearing it that day. Has a really nice use of soft powdery iris, this earthy fruitiness coming from pear and pineapple. Fantastic combination. What I really enjoy about this is its high quality, and it's synonymous with the brand, right? Givenchy is synonymous with quality, and their fragrances are no exception to that. Every single one that I've tried from this house has been exceptional quality, above average quality, really. I mean, I can pick out notes here. It smells authentic. I love how they use the leather here. They call it a white leather, I think, or a white suede. I think really what that is just a nudge to the leather note. It's not anything overwhelming. It adds some really nice balance to the scent and makes this one that could easily be worn to the office, but also out later that night. Obviously, the Eau de Parfum gets a lot of attention, which I love. I love that fragrance. Reserve Privé, another, but those are a little bit darker, a little bit more geared towards cooler weather and nights out. This one, great, versatile, all-arounder that I think people sleep on. Performance has gotten better with age, so I don't know if maceration is a factor here, but definitely has performed better than when I initially got the bottle. I'm finding myself getting wafts of this throughout the day. I do spray it a little bit heavier because it's not going to be an overwhelming projector, but it does last. So keep that in mind. Really love this one. Givenchy Gentleman EDT. One of my subscribers and friend, Benjamin, he's a supporter of this channel. Truly appreciate him sending this one my way. I did a video comparing this to a much more expensive Creed fragrance on Wednesday of last week. Go check out that video if you have not yet. Scent we are talking about is Paco Rabanne's XS. And this is really competing with Creed's Himalaya. And it does a great job of it. This, as I said in that video, this came out before Himalaya, but it will get you in the ballpark of Himalaya. It reminds me of it. It smells enough like it that this is, without question, a worthy, inexpensive replacement to Himalaya. So if Himalaya just is not in the budget, I'm a fan of this DNA in general, and I talk about Himalaya a lot on the channel. So if you're curious about this type of DNA, the 90s Fougere powerhouse, we always talk about the 80s powerhouses. This is the 90s powerhouse here. Then this is a worthy alternative to Himalaya. And I'm confident in saying that. The only thing that I was a bit disappointed in, and maybe it's just because of what I had heard leading into me trying this finally, is the performance being that much better of the Himalaya. Wasn't the case. Not for me anyways. Whether or not that's the case with older formulations of this, I don't know. I can only go based on this formulation. It's a newer bottle. The Himalaya lasted much longer on the test strips that I had, that I let my wife smell because I wanted her to choose which one she liked more. She ended up liking Himalaya more than the XS, but she said they are extremely close. She's right. So performance, not bad, not terrible, but not great either. So you're really not getting a much better performer. If anything, the Himalaya performs better for me than this. That may change. We'll see. But right now, Himalaya is a better performer than XS on me personally. Overall, a really nice scent, cheap, inexpensive, 90s feel, nostalgic. You're going to like this one. XS from Paco Rabanne. So like I said at the beginning of the video, all of these are pretty much fresh masculine fragrances. This is the only one that I would say is a little bit more, well, a little bit less fresh than the others, but it does have that element to it. Scent we are talking about is Boss Bottled Elixir. So I've talked about this scent on the channel before. I actually wore it on my mother's birthday on Thursday, and it's my favorite Elixir fragrance. But not only that, this is not only my favorite Elixir fragrance, but I'm going to make a bold statement here and say that this is, without question, the best release from the House of Boss in the last 10 years. It's right there with something like a Boss Bottled Intense, which is discontinued. It's harder to find. Can't really get that fragrance anymore. Keep in mind, I haven't tried the new scent Elixir, but right now, I'm so happy with this scent. This was actually a gift from my mom, which is why I wore it on her birthday. She gifted this to me during Christmas time, and I mean, it's incredible. A complex amber spicy scent with woods and resins with some type of underlying freshness. I don't know where it's coming from. I think there's some aromatics in here. It just works. It still smells clean and refined. A lot of times, elixirs with resins can feel very heavy and weighed down. Not this one. I think that's why I like it so much. It's not as dense and thick and heavy as some of those other elixirs that I've tried. It has those clean elements to it as well. And I think that balance with those resins, just incredible stuff. Monster performer. Again, best Boss release in 10 years. It's dynamic, it's interesting, it will grab attention. The quality is far better than the price point, so I actually think it offers a lot of value from that standpoint. This is a ton of value. I don't know if this is ever going to go down in price. I'm sure we'll end up on discounters. I'm going to link it down below, but this one is worth it to me at full retail. So the old expression, run, don't walk, just buy it. Run, don't walk. Go get this one. You will not be disappointed. I love it. Boss Bottled Elixir. I just did a video on this one. It was my last rack store pickup, so make sure you guys go watch that video at the end of this one. I will link it down below. Really impressed with this one. Scent we are talking about is Eternity Flame for Men from Calvin Klein. And this one is a regular find pretty much at your local rack store. Great atomizer. Not cheap. Really nice atomizer. And in the air, it has a freshness to it, a sweetness, aromatics. It has leather in here, pineapple, rosemary. This guy's might be one of the best valued fragrances you can get for 30 bucks. Is it going to blow your mind? Probably not. It just what it does really well. And I've smelled way worse at that price point for 100 ml bottles. This is one that I would find myself wanting to reach for. I would say that performance is not terrible and it's not great. So it's kind of middle of the road performance, which I guess can kind of be expected of a Calvin Klein fragrance. I don't know of many that last that long. So this is no exception, but overall, really pleased with this scent. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to be doing a giveaway with this particular fragrance as soon as we hit 14,000 subscribers. We are so close. As I've done all along since I started this channel, every 1,000 subscribers I add, I end up doing a giveaway. We're on to 14K. So if you want to win this, you got to hit that goal. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Eternity for Men, Flame. Finally, on Saturday, I reached for what might be the best fresh masculine fragrance on this list today. And this stuff is super addictive. Scent we are talking about is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. And if you guys have not tried this one yet, what are you waiting for? I waited too long to grab this one. So, man, so balanced. The use of tobacco here, the citrus, tobacco, aromatic notes here, everything works in such harmony together. I mean, it's a masterpiece. It has a real nostalgic feel to it. I want to reach for this one on a spring day. Maybe I have a couple of appointments. I want to reach for this one more often than not for work-related activities, but it can transition nice. It can be a go-to for a lot of guys, a signature scent. What is a sleeper and not talked about is how many compliments this thing gets. It's incredible. I think it's just a nostalgic fragrance for a lot of people. It reminds people of someone else in their life that they've smelled this on, or just someone that it made a good impression on them maybe. I don't know, but it's a compliment getter. Just a great presence to it that I can't get enough of, and I want to keep spraying it. So I'm actually wearing this today. Today's Saturday at the time of filming this. Not afraid to re-up on this one. I get decent performance, not fantastic, but it is a brighter, more uplifting, citrusy, woody, aromatic fougere. So it's not going to last, 2 days. All right. This is not the type of fragrance that you want filling a room or just overwhelming people. This is subtle. This is for a boss who doesn't care about being noticed. That's what this scent is. So if you like that, get this. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. That's it, guys. That's all 7 fragrances that I wore for every single day last week. As always, would love to know what you guys wore last week. I always love hearing what you guys are wearing. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.